Hey everyone, if you're here, I bet you love exploring new ideas and diving into a good book. But who actually has time for all the deep reading we'd like to do?
Yeah, that's definitely me.
Well, today we're taking a deep dive into what's your dream? Find your passion, love your work, build a richer life by Simon Squibb.
Sounds intriguing.
It's all about breaking free from expectations, and designing a life that's actually driven by what you're passionate about.
I like that.
And what's really cool about this book is the author himself.
Oh, why is that?
Simon Squibb has a pretty incredible story.
Okay, tell me more.
He went from actually experiencing homelessness
Wow,
to building a multi-million-pound business.
that's quite a journey.
Talk about turning dreams into reality, right?
Yeah, that's definitely someone I'd want to hear from.
Exactly. So let's get into the core of what this book is all about.
Okay.
It's all about defining your dream,
Whoa, interesting.
not the one that society tries to hand you.
Right, I get that.
That cookie-cutter version of success.
Yeah, no thanks.
So Squibb really challenges readers to ditch those expectations and figure out what actually lights them up inside.
I like that approach.
And what I think is really fascinating is
Yeah.
he doesn't just leave you with this big abstract idea of find your dream.
Right.
He gives you actual tools to help you actually do it.
Like what kind of tools?
Well, give us an example.
So one of the key tools he provides is this series of exercises.
Okay.
And these exercises are designed to help you uncover your passions and your values.
Interesting.
They're kind of like little prompts and questions that get you thinking about what truly matters to you.
I like that.
For example, one exercise asks you to imagine your ideal day.
Okay.
5 years from now.
Okay.
What are you doing? Who are you with? What does it feel like?
I see.
Things like that.
Yeah, that's a really powerful visualization technique.
It is. It helps you paint a clearer picture of what that dream life could actually look like.
Right, because sometimes it's hard to even articulate what that is.
Yeah.
It's just this vague sense of I want something more.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
Going after your dreams is not always sunshine and rainbows.
Definitely not.
There's fear, self-doubt, all sorts of obstacles that can pop up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did Squibb address that in the book?
He does, and his approach is actually quite refreshing.
Okay. How so?
Well, instead of trying to avoid fear or obstacles altogether, he teaches you how to actually reframe them.
Interesting.
Think about Squibb's background for a second.
Right. He was homeless.
Yeah.
That's a huge obstacle.
But instead of letting that define him,
Yeah.
he used it as fuel to actually propel him forward.
So it's about turning those challenges into stepping stones.
Exactly. He's all about seeing failure not as the end, but as a learning opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
He has this mantra, fail fast, learn faster.
I like that.
It's all about embracing those stumbles as part of the growth process.
It takes the pressure off needing to be perfect all the time.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. But when we talk about achieving dreams, the conversation often revolves around career success,
Yeah.
getting that dream job, building a
Okay.
business, all of that.
Right. Making those big bucks.
But what about the other aspects of life?
Oh, that's important too.
Does Squibb address that?
And he does. That's where the idea of a richer life comes in.
Okay, tell me more about that.
And it's important to note,
Yeah.
Squibb doesn't define richer solely in terms of money.
Right, it's not just about financial wealth.
Exactly. For him, it's about creating a life that's rich in experiences,
I see.
meaningful relationships, personal growth,
Yeah.
and even contributing to something bigger than yourself.
So it's more holistic.
It is.
Yeah.
It's about well-being in all areas of life.
I think that's a really important point
Yeah.
because sometimes we get so caught up in that hustle,
Right.
we forget about those other essential parts of what makes a life truly fulfilling.
Exactly. And that's what makes this book so relevant to so many people. It's not just for aspiring entrepreneurs or people who are super career driven.
Right.
It's for anyone who wants to live a more fulfilling and purposeful life.
And this is where I think it gets really interesting for our listeners.
Okay. How so?
Imagine applying this concept of a richer life to your own life.
Mm-hmm.
What would that look like for you?
That's a good question.
What areas would you want to cultivate and enrich?
Yeah, it's something to really think about.
It's like an invitation to step back and reassess
I like that.
what's truly important to you.
Absolutely. And what's remarkable is that Squibb himself embodies this idea.
Oh, really?
He's not just focused on building businesses,
Right.
He's passionate about helping young entrepreneurs,
Oh, wow.
sharing his hard-won lessons and empowering others to create their own success stories.
So he's walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Exactly. He's living proof that this approach actually works.
I think that authenticity probably makes his message even more impactful.
Absolutely. It adds a layer of credibility, makes his advice feel more relatable.
Right, because you know he's been there.
He's done that and come out on the other side.
And now he's sharing those insights to help others navigate their own journeys.
That's awesome.
And speaking of navigating journeys,
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear more about what makes Squibb's approach so unique.
Oh.
I mean, there are tons of self-help books out there.
Yeah, the market is saturated.
What makes his stand out?
That's a great question. And you're right, there's a lot of noise in that space.
Yeah.
But what sets Squibb apart, I think, is the combination of his personal story,
Okay.
his practical advice, and his focus on action.
So it's not just feel-good platitudes.
No. He gives you concrete tools and strategies to actually implement.
So it's about empowerment, not just inspiration.
Precisely.
Yeah.
He wants to equip you with the knowledge and the mindset
Right.
to take control of your own life and create the future you desire.
I'm starting to see why this book has resonated with so many people.
Yeah, it's a powerful message.
It's about more than just achieving goals. It's about living a life that's aligned with your values and passions.
And that's a powerful message no matter what stage of life you're in.
So for our listeners who are intrigued and want to learn more,
Yeah.
where's a good place to start?
Besides reading the book, of course.
Of course.
Well, Squibb is actually quite active online.
Okay.
He has several talks and interviews available where he delves deeper into his philosophy
Cool.
and offers even more practical tips.
So it's like getting a sneak peek.
It is. It's a great way to get a taste of his style and see if his approach resonates with you.
Okay, I'm adding those talks to my list.
I'll have to check those out too.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
let's bring it back to the book for a moment.
Sounds good. Where would you like to go next?
I'm curious to explore this idea of defining your dream in more detail.
Okay.
I think it's such a crucial foundation for everything else Squibb discusses.
It is.
You know, we touched on it briefly, but
Yeah.
what are some of the key insights he offers on this topic?
Well, one of the first things Squibb emphasizes is that your dream should be truly yours,
Okay.
not someone else's.
Right.
It shouldn't be based on societal expectations or parental pressure or
Yeah.
what you think you should want.
It has to come from within.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
needs to come from a place of deep personal desire and authenticity.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But how do you actually uncover that authentic desire?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It's not always obvious.
You're absolutely right. It can take some introspection and exploration. And that's where those exercises we mentioned earlier come in.
Okay.
They're designed to help you peel back those layers and connect with your true self.
Let's talk more about those exercises.
Sure.
Give us a specific example of how one of them works.
Okay. One exercise that I find particularly powerful is called your values compass.
Your values compass.
It asks you to identify your top 5 core values,
Okay.
the guiding principles that are most important to you in life.
Like honesty, integrity, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Things like kindness, creativity, adventure, financial security.
Right. Right.
Whatever resonates most deeply with you.
Got it.
And once you've identified your core values,
Mm-hmm.
the exercise asks you to imagine how you can actually bring those values to life
Okay.
in your daily actions and decisions.
So it's about aligning your life with what truly matters to you.
Precisely. And this alignment is crucial
Okay, why is that?
because when your actions are in harmony with your values,
Yeah.
you're more likely to feel fulfilled and purposeful,
That makes
regardless of what you're doing.
I see how that ties into the whole idea of building a richer life.
It does.
It's not just about achieving that external success.
Right.
It's about creating a life that feels meaningful and authentic to you.
Exactly. And this is where Squibb's approach really shines.
How so?
He doesn't just tell you what to do.
Mm.
He provides you with the tools and the framework to discover your own path.
It's like he's giving you a compass
That's a great analogy.
to navigate your own journey.
And I think that's what makes this book so empowering.
Right.
It puts you in the driver's seat of your own life.
I like that. It's about taking ownership and creating a life that's truly your own.
And that, I think, is a dream worth pursuing.
Couldn't agree more. We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive,
We have.
but there's still so much more to explore.
Oh, yeah, we're just getting started.
We'll be back in the next part to delve into some of Squibb's other key insights and strategies
Sounds good.
for turning your dreams into reality. So stay tuned.
Okay, so picking up where we left off, you were talking about the importance of defining your dream.
Right.
And, it's not always an easy task, is it?
No, it definitely isn't. It's not always a clear-cut process.
Mm.
I think a lot of people struggle with figuring out what they truly want,
Mm-hmm.
especially when there's so much external noise,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
pressure to conform to a certain path.
Absolutely. We're constantly bombarded with messages about what success should look like,
Right.
what we should be striving for, what will make us happy.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up in that
It is.
and lose sight of our own internal compass.
I think Squibb actually talks about this in the book.
He does.
He encourages you to really question those external messages
Mm-hmm.
and to dig deeper to find what truly resonates with you.
He calls it uncovering your inner why.
That's a powerful concept.
It is.
It's about understanding those motivations and values that drive you.
Right at the deepest level.
Exactly. And Squibb argues that when you align your actions with your inner why,
Mm-hmm.
everything else kind of falls into place.
Okay, so how do you actually go about uncovering this inner why?
Well, he provides a bunch of exercises and prompts in the book,
Okay.
but one that stands out is what he calls the 5 whys technique.
5 whys. Okay, tell me more about that.
It's really simple,
Okay.
but it's surprisingly effective.
Okay.
Basically, you start with a goal or desire that you have,
Mhm.
can be anything big or small,
Okay.
and you just ask yourself why, 5 times in a row.
You mean exam.
Okay, let's say your goal is to start your own business.
Okay, a classic dream.
Right. So you ask yourself, why do I want to start my own business?
Okay.
Maybe your answer is because I want to be my own boss.
Okay.
Then you ask, why do I want to be my own boss?
Got it.
And you keep going, like peeling back the layers of your motivation with each why.
I see.
And eventually,
Yeah.
you'll arrive at this core value or belief that's really driving that desire.
So you're drilling down to the root of your motivation.
Exactly.
I like that.
And once you uncover that root,
Yeah.
it becomes much easier to make decisions and take actions
Right.
that are actually aligned with your true self.
It's like you're getting clarity on what truly matters.
It is.
And then you can use that clarity to guide your actions.
Exactly.
So, okay, let's say you've done the work.
Mm-hmm.
You've defined your dream. You've uncovered your inner why.
Right.
What's next?
That's where the rubber meets the road.
Okay.
Squibb really emphasizes the importance of taking action, even if it's just a small step.
I like that.
He has this great quote, "The smallest action is better than the grandest intention."
It's a great reminder that you don't have to have it all figured out before you start.
Exactly. Just take that first step and see where it leads you.
And Squibb provides some really practical advice on how to do that.
He does.
Like how to break down your dream into those smaller, actionable steps.
Right. He calls it chunking down your goals.
I love that term.
He's a good word. Chunking it down. So instead of feeling overwhelmed by the enormity of this dream.
Yeah, which can be paralyzing.
Right.
You break it down into bite-sized pieces that feel more manageable.
Right. So it's less intimidating.
Exactly. And he even suggests using visual tools,
Oh, okay.
like a mind map or a timeline,
I see.
to actually map out those steps and track your progress.
That would be really helpful, especially for visual learners.
Yeah, for sure.
Like creating a roadmap for your dream
That's a great way to put it. And having that roadmap.
can make all the difference when you encounter obstacles or setbacks along the way.
Because let's face it, those are inevitable.
Oh, yeah. No matter how well you plan, there will be challenges.
Speaking of challenges,
Yeah,
Squibb's own life story is a testament to overcoming adversity.
it is. He's been through a lot.
I'm curious, how does he address the inevitable setbacks and failures that come with pursuing any dream?
Well, remember his mantra, fail fast, learn faster.
Right.
He really embraces this idea that failure is not the opposite of success.
Yeah.
It's a stepping stone to success.
It's about reframing your perspective on failure.
Exactly. Instead of seeing it as a defeat,
Right.
you see it as a learning opportunity.
And Squibb actually encourages you to seek out opportunities to fail,
He does.
which sounds kind of counterintuitive.
It does. But his point is
Yeah.
to step outside your comfort zone,
Yeah.
experiment.
Okay.
And he believes that the more you fail,
Yeah.
the faster you actually learn and grow.
So it's about embracing those stumbles, using them as fuel to propel yourself forward.
Exactly. And he even suggests keeping a failure log
A failure log.
where you document your mistakes and the lessons you learn from them.
So you're turning those failures into valuable data points.
Exactly. It's about turning those seemingly negative experiences
Mm-hmm.
into positive learning opportunities.
I like that.
So, okay, you've defined your dream, you've chunked down your goals,
Right.
you're embracing failure as a learning experience.
What other key insights does Squibb offer for turning those dreams into reality?
Well, one of the most important things he emphasizes is the power of mindset.
Mindset.
He believes that your mindset, your beliefs and attitudes
Right.
plays a crucial role in determining your success.
So it's not just about having a great idea or a
Uh-huh.
solid plan.
It's not enough.
It's about cultivating the right mental framework to support your journey.
Exactly. And he highlights two key mindsets
Okay.
that are essential for achieving your dreams.
Okay, lay them on me.
A growth mindset and a resilient mindset.
Growth mindset, resilient mindset. Okay, let's unpack those.
Okay.
What does he mean by a growth mindset?
A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, learning, persistence.
Okay.
People with a growth mindset embrace challenges.
Right.
They see effort as the path to mastery, and they learn from their mistakes.
So it's the opposite of a fixed mindset,
Exactly.
where you believe your abilities are kind of predetermined.
Yeah, you're either born with it or you're not.
Right, and there's nothing you can do to change that.
Exactly. And Squibb argues that a growth mindset is essential
Okay.
for overcoming obstacles and achieving success
Mhm.
because it allows you to embrace those challenges as opportunities for growth.
That makes sense. And what about a resilient mindset?
Okay, so a resilient mindset is the ability to bounce back from setbacks,
Okay.
adapt to change, and persevere in the face of adversity.
So you don't give up easily.
Exactly.
Mm.
People with a resilient mindset don't let failures define them. They use them as fuel to learn and grow and come back stronger.
So it's about having that inner strength and determination to keep going,
It is.
even when things get tough.
Exactly. And Squibb believes that resilience is a skill
Okay.
that can be developed through practice
Okay.
and by adopting certain habits and perspectives.
Like what kind of habits? Give me an example.
One habit he suggests is practicing gratitude.
Gratitude. Okay.
Taking time each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for
Yeah.
can help shift your focus away from negativity
Right.
and build a more positive and resilient outlook.
Because it's so easy to get caught up in the challenges
It is.
and forget about all the good things in our lives.
Exactly. And Squibb also emphasizes the importance of taking care of your well-being.
Physical and mental well-being.
Yes. Getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods,
Right.
engaging in activities that bring you joy.
Mm-hmm.
These things can all contribute to building a more resilient mindset.
So it's about taking a holistic approach to resilience. It's not just about mental toughness.
No.
It's about nurturing all aspects of your well-being.
Exactly. And he argues that when you prioritize your well-being,
Yeah.
you're better equipped to handle those stresses and challenges.
Right, because you have more reserves to draw upon.
Exactly.
This is all great advice,
Yeah.
but it also sounds like a lot of work.
It can be.
How does Squibb address the potential for overwhelm or burnout?
That's a great question, and it's something he's very mindful of.
Okay.
He emphasizes the importance of pacing yourself, setting realistic expectations,
Right.
celebrating your successes along the way, and he also encourages you to seek out support from others,
Okay, like what kind of support?
whether it's from friends, family mentors,
Mm-hmm.
or a community of like-minded individuals.
So it's not about going it alone.
No, it's about building a support system
Right.
that can help you stay motivated and accountable.
I like that.
He even suggests finding an accountability buddy,
And accountability.
someone who can check in with you regularly.
Okay. Offer encouragement and help you stay on track with your goals.
It's like having a built-in cheerleader and coach.
Exactly. And he also encourages you to celebrate your wins,
Oh, I like that.
no matter how big or small.
Okay.
Acknowledging your progress and giving yourself credit for your efforts
Yeah.
can help keep you motivated and prevent burnout.
So it's not just about reaching the destination.
Right.
It's about enjoying the journey along the way.
Exactly. And he believes that when you approach your dreams with a sense of joy and purpose, the journey itself becomes a reward.
I love that. It's about finding that sweet spot
It is.
where passion, purpose, and action all align.
Exactly. And when you find that alignment, anything is possible.
I think that's a great note to end on.
It is.
This has been such a fascinating exploration of Squibb's approach to achieving dreams.
It's been great discussing this with you.
We've covered a lot of ground in this second part,
We have.
but there's still more to unpack.
Always more to learn. We'll be back in the next part to delve into some of the final key takeaways from the book
Looking forward to it.
and leave you with some thought-provoking questions to ponder. So stay tuned. All right, we're back.
Ready for more dream talk.
Always. So we've been having this great conversation about what's your dream
Right.
and Simon Squibb's approach to really crafting a life you love.
Yeah, it's been pretty insightful.
It has.
Yeah.
We've talked about so much defining your dream, uncovering that inner why,
Breaking down those goals.
embracing failure, getting that resilient mindset.
It's a lot.
It is, but it's also valuable.
Before we wrap up, though,
Yeah.
I want to touch on one more element that really stuck with me.
Okay, what's that?
It's this idea of building a richer life.
Oh, yeah, we touched on that earlier.
We did, but I think it deserves a little more attention.
I agree. It's a core part of Squibb's whole philosophy.
And remember, when he says richer, he doesn't just mean money.
Right. It's so much more than that.
It's about creating a life that's rich in experiences.
Meaningful relationships, personal growth.
And contribution.
So it's about more than just external success.
Definitely.
It's about that inner fulfillment and well-being.
Exactly. And Squibb really believes that true wealth lies in aligning your actions with your values, pursuing your passions, and making a positive impact on the world.
It's like finding that sweet spot where your passions, your values, they all come together.
You do. And he has some great advice on how to actually make that happen in your own life.
Oh, like what?
Well, for example, he encourages you to identify your unique genius.
Unique genius. That sounds interesting.
It is. It's about recognizing those talents and skills that come naturally to you and that you actually enjoy using.
So figuring out what you're good at and what lights you up.
Exactly. And then finding ways to leverage those things in a way that feels fulfilling.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
He also talks a lot about relationships.
He does. He believes that strong connections with others are essential.
For happiness and well-being.
Absolutely. And it's not just about having a ton of friends.
Right. It's about quality over quantity.
It is. It's about cultivating those deep, authentic connections.
Yeah, with people who support you and inspire you.
And he even suggests creating a personal board of advisors.
What's that?
It's like a group of trusted individuals who can offer guidance, feedback, encouragement.
Kind of like mentors.
Yeah, exactly. Like a built-in support system.
I like that. So you're not going it alone.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Another key aspect of this richer life is contributing to something bigger than yourself.
Okay, so giving back, making a difference.
Exactly. Whether it's through your work, volunteering.
Even just your everyday interactions.
Right. It's about finding ways to make a positive impact.
And Squibb really believes that when you focus on giving back, you not only enrich the lives of others, but you also enrich your own life.
In a really profound way.
I love that, creating that ripple effect of positivity.
And what I find so inspiring about Squibb is he doesn't just talk about this stuff theoretically.
Right, he's not just preaching from on high.
He shares his own stories and experiences.
Showing how he's actually applied these principles.
Exactly. It's not just theory, it's lived experience.
And that's what makes his message so powerful.
It does. Because it feels relatable and attainable.
And he's honest about the challenges he's faced.
He is. He doesn't shy away from those setbacks.
Which is refreshing.
Because we all face setbacks.
Yeah, it's part of the journey.
It is. And Squibb's story is really a testament to resilience and determination.
Absolutely. Going from homelessness to building a thriving business.
It's pretty amazing.
It really shows that no matter where you're starting from, you can create the life you envision.
You really can. And as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I keep coming back to this one message.
Okay, what is it?
Take ownership of your life.
Yes.
You have the power to shape your own destiny.
To create a life that aligns with what you value and what you're passionate about.
Exactly. And that's a message that resonates with everyone.
It does. So for our listeners out there, I want to leave you with one final question to ponder.
Okay, I'm listening.
If there's one small step you could take today to start moving towards that richer life, a life that truly reflects you and what you value, what would it be?
It's a great question to think about. It doesn't have to be huge.
Right.
It could be something as simple as reaching out to a friend, expressing gratitude.
Taking a few minutes to reflect.
It all counts.
And on that note, we want to thank you for joining us on this deep dive into What's Your Dream?
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you found it insightful and inspiring.
I know I have.
Until next time, keep dreaming big and keep taking action.
To create the life you love.
We'll see you then.